In the heart of a mountain in Hubei province, a girl named Li Kyung was searching for her lost father. She had come to the mountain with her friends, and while searching for her father, they stumbled upon a cave where they encountered a dark and terrifying spirit that frightened them all. As the most experienced and courageous of her friends, Li Kyung decided to confront the spirit. To her surprise, the spirit turned out to be an ancient creature and a lost servant of one of the people in the city of Wuhan. With encouragement and assistance from the servant, Li Kyung was able to find the right path to her goal. However, what Li Kyung did not know was that the spirit was actually held captive by a strict demon who was seeking a new kingdom where animals like spirits would serve as his servants instead of humans. Before releasing the spirit, the demon demanded that Li Kyung promise to help him find a new kingdom. In return, the demon freed the spirit. Li Kyung continued to search for her father and agreed to help the demon in order to fulfill her promise. However, the demon never showed himself and never helped Li Kyung find her father. In addition, the demon gave Li Kyung the opportunity to tell some of her friends that she had joined him as a servant. This caused her friends to distance themselves from her, leaving her alone. Li Kyung worked as a servant for the demon but never found her father. She eventually became a homeless girl and was not accepted by anyone. She experienced the lowest social status in the city of Wuhan and suffered greatly from her homeless life. From that day on, Li Kyung never slept and never forgot her memories of the demon and her father. She always felt hopeless and alone, and no one could help her. She continued to search for answers to her memories, but never found them and always lived in loneliness. The story of Li Kyung and the spirit that the demon held captive is one of the most terrifying stories you can read. It demonstrates the power of the demon and the subjugation of humans, and serves as a reminder of the dangers of making deals with the devil. One should never believe in the power of the devil and never allow him to take control of their soul and mind. This story shows that when facing demonic forces, we must be vigilant and courageous, and never trust them. The story of Li Kyung is also a reminder of the difficult times the city of Wuhan went through. In 2020, Wuhan was known as the epicenter of the coronavirus outbreak, and its people were faced with illness and danger. This caused many people in the city to experience pressure and stress, and to endure difficult circumstances. From that day on, a girl named Li Kyung never slept and was always searching for a solution to her problems. She was always searching for her father and hoping to find him one day. However, she never achieved her goal and always felt lonely. In this city, many people lost their jobs and income due to the virus outbreak, and many families could not afford to seek medical care due to poverty and financial need. These conditions made life difficult for many people in Wuhan. In these difficult circumstances, Li Kyung continued to search for her father and tried to cope with her problems. However, she never found him and lived alone on the streets of the city. She always tried to find answers to her memories of her father and the demon, but never succeeded and always lived in loneliness. Over time, The coronavirus outbreak in Wuhan was brought under control and people returned to their normal lives. However, for Li Kyung, life continued to present its own challenges. She continued to search for her father and to try to find a way to cope with her problems. However, she never found any trace of him and continued to live alone on the streets and in the parks of the city. One day, Li Kyung met a young girl named Li NangNang by chance. Li NangNang was skilled in medical arts and worked permanently in a hospital due to the coronavirus outbreak. She helped Li Kyung and helped her to cope with her problems. Over time, the two friends became close to each other and Li NangNang helped Li Kyung search for her father. The two friends searched for him throughout the city of Wuhan. After a while, Li Kyung and Li NangNang arrived at a hospital in the city and found Li Kyung's father. He had been hospitalized due to the coronavirus outbreak and had been unable to contact his daughter due to his poor health. Li Kyung and her father reunited after a long time apart. Li NangNang also helped Li Kyung cope with her problems and search for her dreams for the future. The story of Li Kyung shows that in difficult times, friendship and help can assist someone who is alone to cope with their problems. It also shows that we should never give up on ourselves and always search for solutions to our problems.